Hey guys, it's No Filter Fridays once again, and today we're saying thank you. I've got a speech going on tomorrow. It's going to be in front of a bunch of people and it's going to have some judges involved. But I've got this speech to prepare for, and it's called Thank You. So let's try to practice it here. We're in the new format of widescreen, I guess, because Instagram, I've just realized that they only do 90-second reels. So hopefully you can follow along on YouTube here for Filter Fridays. Thanks, like, comment, subscribe. No, I'm not going to do that. All right, I'll introduce the speech as it'll be introduced on the day. But here it goes. Next to speak is Mark Seraphon. Thank you. Mark Seraphon, thank you. Muchas gracias. Arigato. Sheshe. Salamat. Thank you. We all know how to say thank you in our many different languages. But what I find really interesting is when we say thank you. On average, every single one of us says thank you 6 times a day. That might seem like a lot, but if you recall your day, you might get the very cliche, thanks for grabbing me a cup of coffee. Thanks for holding the door for me. Thanks for introducing me today. All of these types of thank yous just go past in our everyday. But every single one of us has a thank you that we're scared of. That thank you, and goodbye. And the first time I had to say thank you and goodbye, that decision was made for me. Rewinding my life back to when I was a innocent 11-year-old kid, sitting in the back seat of the car, getting picked up from school, Game Boy in hand, favorite game in the cartridge, Pokemon Gold, living my best life. And this is the moment my parents decide to drop a bombshell on me. Kids, we're moving to Australia. My Game Boy dropped out of my hands, and my heart quickly followed alongside it. We were driving in a school zone at the time, but everything felt like it was moving a million miles per hour. The nature, the schools, the neighborhoods, all of the people that I knew. I had a very thin timeline on it now. I was going to have to say goodbye very soon. Over the next few weeks, I knew and understood why my parents decided to say thank you and goodbye to New Zealand, my beloved home. And in the last few weeks also, my classmates, they gave me a t-shirt with messages saying, have fun in Australia, good luck, and thank you. This just gave me a little bit of courage to put on top of my back to say, small kid, small country, and make it in the bigger world. I thank New Zealand every day for that small bit of courage to start off my life. Now, the last time I had to say thank you and goodbye, I made that decision all on my own. It was the worst timing. It was my mum's birthday, and we were at a birthday lunch for her in a nice fancy restaurant. The type of restaurant that says, would you like still or sparkling water, with their hand behind their back and their arms perfectly displayed in the formal manner. As they were about to put the serviettes on my lap, I decided this was the moment to drop a bombshell on my parents. Mum, Dad, it's been 25 years. I think it's time for me to move out. The forks, the knives dropped to the ground. And their jaws dropped too. Safe to say I had some very big gifts to give them on that day to repair this damage. But I knew in that moment there wasn't any turning back. I knew what I wanted and I knew I'd outgrown the nest. And in the next few weeks, as I started to pack, yes, there was blood, sweat, and tears, many tears, but also boxes. Boxes as I started filling them in. The Taekwondo belt that I earned over the years. My parents used to drop me off an hour back and forth for grading. The driver's license, logbook, with all the hours that my dad put in, sitting beside me, teaching me how to be safe. And all of the questionable art that I did over my high school years that my mum proudly put on the walls of our home. Not only do I thank them for the unconditional support to believe in me, but all of the investment, time, and effort along the way to help build me and grow me into an independent person that I am today. So fast forward my life to today. Feels like my life is perfect. Feels like everything is in the right place. As you know, change is inevitable, but growth is optional, as John Maxwell once said. It makes me think. Still, some of the scariest thank yous and goodbyes are still yet to come. Losing a friend, losing a close family member, letting go of your current job, saying your last speech. You holding on to anything as well in your life that you need to say goodbye to? Maybe just don't want to let go. Once again, change is inevitable, growth is optional. And a lot of that growth happens when you say thank you or you say goodbye. Thank New Zealand for giving me the courage to be a small kid, small country, to make it in this big world. I thank my parents for their unconditional support every day, investing effort, time to me, building up to unconditional love. And I have to thank and trust all the thank yous I've said before to build up the courage to say goodbye in the future. No matter how you say thank you. Arigato, muchas gracias, salamat, eshe. Remember when to say thank you. Remember to say thank you before you say goodbye. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the speech. I'll catch you next week.